There's a question that I feel like most of the people on the process of the spiritual awakening journey, there's
Mhm,
always that question where there's a choice that you have to make
mhm,
in the physical world, but you do not know what's right for you or what's meant for you, and whether you should or should not, and you don't have a specific distinction of whether it's you feel good about it or you don't feel good about it, and you're sort of like you there's just no decision, there's no direction there at all as to
mhm.
whether it's good for you, if it's meant for you. And I would really appreciate uh, your help in understanding this.
Wonderfully asked. So that question, what you asked, whether it is right or not wrong, to make that decision, y- you're not making any decision. You need to allow the source to give you a solution. So you don't let your mind be at that point to know whether you're right or wrong, or if this is it or not. If it's a good decision, not a good decision, whether you need to go out or not, you have to stay back, whether you need to take a nap, not take a nap. So all of these decisions, what people want to know is you're working your mind a lot at that time period. At that moment you're working your mind a lot, right? So that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to let the message come from source, isn't it? So how do you do that is to get into a happy place. So when I talk about how to come out of purge, isn't it, you sit and you come to a happy place, isn't it? That's what we talk about, how to come out of a purge, isn't it? The same way, the, the message is not forced out. You get into a place of happiness, the message comes through itself. So, like for example, like even today when I was saying, when I was meditating and closing my eyes, like most instance, like for example, even the sleep awake state, like when the energies are high, I just wake up and it'll exactly be 444 or 333 or 222, like number things like that. And then and that is what I'm trying to say is involuntary actions, and you're not consciously wanting to open your eye at 444, isn't it? Or like the movements, and you just feel it. There's no explanation to it, and it happens the same way. Like I said, today I was in meditation, and when I opened my eye, I saw a little mouse, isn't it? Like exactly at that moment when he was right in front of me, stuff like that. So that's how it happens, and you see things, and you see synchronicities, and you see beautiful orbs of light, and the birds, and everything starts speaking, and all of that is involuntary, isn't it? It's not voluntary, it's involuntary. You see the magic in the nature, isn't it? It just happens to you, just flows to you. So the same way, you need to allow the decision to come to you. It happens in the same way. All of a sudden, whether you're on this debate which is on your mind, is it good for me to take nap or no, and when you find good things, like get up from that place and do something which is taking your mind off that topic. Is it right, is it not right, just get up from the place, be thankful, go get a glass of water to drink, you know or anything of that sort. So that'll like help you shift your focus, and when you're being happy, the energy flows and you receive the message.
Yeah, that's very helpful. I just want to add one more question to that.
Uh-huh.
Like in a human world, for instance, is an example is when someone in your life wants a decision from you and you don't know it at that moment. Um,
What do you do then, right? Well, you choose yourself first. You always choose yourself, and you forgive yourself if you don't know the answer to that at that time. So this on this spiritual journey, it's all about going on the inwards and taking care of yourself and giving yourself the self-love. So always being in the place of, like, even the question from where you asked, isn't it? The energy from where you asked the question. So when I tap into energy, so it's coming from a place of uh, judging yourself. That's how we are trained, like as a human, our upbringing and everything. And if you're not doing something, it's not good, isn't it? So that question is coming from a place of um, the way that we've brought up, the human condition, the human constraints, that at that moment you need to have that answer. And if, and like being, taking accountability for it, your actions for another purpose to, fulfill someone else's happiness. But the spiritual journey is all about choosing yourself first and giving yourself the love. And it's okay, you know it's okay. Absolutely forgive yourself at the time if you don't know, and trying to tap into what is that you really want to do, rather than being in a point at, like a gunpoint, like yes or no, tell me, and you don't know about that. And also there are so many instances where I see a lot of girls, like, when they go to various things, they're not even in relationship, they go through so much, and then they don't they still stick on to the same relationship if it's not working, just because they did something yesterday and they're guilty about it, isn't it? So forgive yourself, and yesterday you felt good about it and today you're not feeling good about it. Is absolutely okay. Follow your heart, follow where you are, and keep moving forward. Forgive yourself, like in any moment in time. So as you start connecting with yourself more and more and more and more, and always choosing yourself and choosing happiness, and like waiting um, for this answer from the source to arrive, by being happy and letting, not waiting, I would say, letting the answer from the source arrive. More you practice it, more it gets more quicker, it gets more easy. So it's a practice which, takes you to places like that.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you.